Hello, everybody. I'd like to present our mini proposal about the effectiveness of tabletop simulation to improve medical team knowledge in evacuation of patients during earthquake disaster. Introduction. Geographically, Indonesia is located on a series of rings of fire that stretch along the Pacific Plate, which is the most active tectonic plate in the world. Indonesia is located on the equator, which makes Indonesia geographically, geologically, hydrologically, and demographically vulnerable to disaster. Any of them are earthquake. Earthquake cause destruction, psychosocial and spiritual problem, environment damage, and loss of property. Disaster mitigation is a priority for every community, especially the medical team. Increasing knowledge about emergency response, including evacuation, is one of the disaster mitigation strategies in the hospital planning. Tabletop provided understanding and experience of specific action plan in the disaster simulation. In addition, Tabletop can train and improve personal capability according to their rules and responsibility in disaster and understanding of disaster evacuation so that they can perform effectively in managing chaotic situation, evacuation victim during disaster. Tabletop simulation has an advantage of being cost-effective and easy applicable. So it is appropriate to use it to increase the knowledge of the medical team evacuation during natural disaster. Based on this, the tabletop is considered effective for increasing the knowledge and skill of the medical team in training. Research problem. The medical team is an important part during a disaster, but their participation in disaster emergency planning is not comprehensive, not complete, not effective, causing a lack of knowledge and skill of the medical team in emergency response. This is danger during disaster evacuation rescue. Knowledge and skill in disaster evacuation are very important to be improved. Difficulty of cross-sectoral coordination, expensive financing, and ineffective learning method are the cause of the lack of knowledge and skill regarding the medical team's emergency response. Therefore, more effective methods are needed to increase the knowledge and skill of disaster preparedness and evacuation for health service. An important reason for conducting research in how effective the tabletop simulation is on the knowledge and the medical team in evacuation during an earthquake disaster. Research objective. First, to spot medical team knowledge in evacuation before tabletop simulation. Second, to spot medical team ability in evacuation of the tabletop simulation. And third, to check out the effectiveness tabletop simulation of medical team knowledge in evacuation of patient during earthquake. Article literature review. Tabletop exercise or problem-driven group exercise that allow participants to work together to solve problem and answer question. Tabletop simulation is done at the table or room. They are generally informal and relatively easy to implement. and involve working group to solve problem or provide answer the question. Additional tabletop simulations, disaster scenarios to help participants improve their emergency planning capacity. Simulation is an exercise that replicates selected aspects of emergency. This is fictional disaster scenario that allow participants to engage in emergency response, practice procedure, identify gap and test plan to improve skill and knowledge and strengthen preparedness. The tabletop intervention has a positive effect of nursing knowledge and attitude in disaster preparation. Data collection method. The first manage decency of integrated research and service office. The medical team fill out the pre-test knowledge questionnaire and evacuation patient during an earthquake, followed by a tabletop simulation with scenario in the intervention group. After that, the post-test was carried out. The control group will also follow the pre-test and will receive intervention with conventional method, after which they are given a post-test about knowledge of evacuation patient. Prepare tabletop guidelines, scenario, and instrument. Sampling technique. Total sampling will be conducted to recruit a medical team in the emergency department and in patient room as respondent. Respondents were divided into two equal groups, one intervention group and another as a control group. Respondents are by selection according to inclusion criteria or medical team who have never participated in a table simulation disaster. Measuring technique. Primary data is study were obtained and collected by giving several questions through questionnaire distributed to respondents. Knowledge variable is interpreted using a quality scale. Good if the respondent would answer 76 until 100% correctly. Now, if the respondent answered correctly 56 until 75%, and less if the respondent answered correctly more than 56%. For the independent variable tabletop simulation is made based on the theoretical review. Research question. H no, there are no effective tabletop simulation increase of knowledge the medical team in evacuation patient during an earthquake. e.g., there is significant effective tabletop simulation increase the knowledge of the medical team in evacuation patient during an earthquake. Time frame. This research will be carried out starting from research preparation to data collection carried out from July 2023 to July 2024. Reference. That brings me to the end of the presentation. Thank you so much for your attention.